Hey guys, welcome back to the Honey Sea Star Tarot. So I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I wanted to do a read here for the weekend after as we come into the next week as we wind down from the holidays, get back into the flow of the normal routine, and just kind of see what's coming towards us. So I've pre-shuffled both decks. And also, too, before we get started, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all your likes, shares, and subscribes and comments with sharing your stories. I really can't tell you how much it means to me to feel your support and to celebrate successes and share our worlds together. So, to get started here, let's clear our energy together. So let's take a deep breath in. Spirit, help guide us as we move into the weekend after the holidays so that we can use our best discernment and live our best lives. Thank you. Okay, so let's start with tarot first. Now on Friday, the moon's in Taurus, which can definitely leave us with a feeling of stability, as well as compatibility, not only with family and home, but also financial security. So it's a really great start to the weekend with feeling the peace of our foundations, both inwardly and also outwardly. So Spirit, what's coming towards us here Friday the 24th? We wind down from Thanksgiving, connecting with family and friends, remembering what we're grateful for. Thank you, Spirit. What's coming towards Virgo here? As we head into the weekend, get back into the normal workflow and school, normal routines of daily life, and then too, getting ready for the next holiday with Christmas. No pressure. Oh, thank you. Alright, let's start with these. So, coming into the weekend here, we pulled the King of Swords right away. So, what I'm seeing here is you absolutely are in line with Spirit and reflective of where the moon is as well. You're rational, you're analytical, you're articulate, but you also have that discipline behind you too, and more importantly, that balance of truth, ethics, fairness, as well as justice. And so people are really seeing you, and you're coming in as a man of action here, coming into the weekend, and so that's absolutely beautiful. And then too, you've got the Two of Cups. You've got support. You've got cooperation and friendship and compatibility and mutual attraction. No pressure, but there could also be a new romance on the way. I don't know if anyone got to meet somebody or connect with, take a new relationship to the next level over Thanksgiving, but it definitely looks like wonderful results. And then also too, with the Six of Swords, it's kind of like a journey. And so you're in this transition. You've closed the door on the past sorrows. You're transforming. And you're moving into calmer waters, into a place of peace and a place of healing. And so this is a really wonderful start to the week, and I absolutely love the energy. Now, I do also want to mention that on Saturday, we get a little help from Jupiter. And so the moon is actually in conjunct with Jupiter, which can lead to feelings of abundance and wealth. It also can lead to or lean into artistic inclinations as well as ambitions. And so it's a great day of inspiration and creation for whatever you're building, which I know us Virgos, that's what we do best. And so it's a great time to kind of reflect, look at, the wonderful things over the holidays that you got to experience and share. And then also to get back into the game plan of the workflow for next week here. And more importantly, keeping that eye on the prize of really remaining grounded and focused on a plan of action. I flipped over two here. So we pulled the Ten of Wands in reverse. And so the one thing that Spirit is cautioning here there may be a burden that's a little bit too big, if you will. You may be feeling the pressure, but more importantly, you're solving key problems. You've realized there's some issues. You've realized there's some reassessment and priority to order. And so it's really a great, what I see here is that you've got a lot of organization involved with this. And also too, you've got that support. You're kind of looking at those successes, looking at what to really invest in. And you're just basically, you're fine-tuning, you're evolving, you're growing, but it's for the positive. You're becoming more efficient, I guess is how I might put it also too. And with the Queen of Wands, you've got the energy behind you. You're optimistic, you've got self-confidence, and also you've got virtuous natures behind you, as well as a generous nature behind you. But more importantly too, and this really speaks to where you're again in line with the moon, is that as the moon moves from Taurus to Gemini on Sunday, your mind is clear. You're still grounded, you're down to earth, but you've got, action and creativity with those wands behind you, which is absolutely great. I mean, this is just speaking to a lot of success. So I feel like you've opened the door here to something really magnificent. Spirit here, help guide Virgo. What's some guidance messages that you can give us here for this weekend as we reassess, fine-tune, more importantly, really start to shape and mold what we're building and build those networking friendships that we're having, building those strong foundations, and more importantly, building that wealth, And when I say wealth, I don't just mean financial wealth. Of course, we all want that. But, the wealth of abundance, like family, connections, love, security, but also too, dreams, following our ambitions and making sure that we're really truly bringing our best lives into fruition here, and also learning from the opportunities and changing, evolving along the way, and ebbing and flowing with grace. Okay, so a couple of cards here popped out as I was meditating there. So we've got the High Priestess in reverse. So this can really speak to secrets or secrecy, a tendency to kind of turn a blind eye as well to them, or become disconnected with that. And so Spirit is really cautioning you to make sure that you're listening to your intuition. Make sure that you're following your spiritual grounding and connection that you have with Spirit whenever you're questioning things. That way, you're on the right path. You don't stray away or get tempted otherwise. But the nice thing here too as well is I'm seeing here that that's exactly what you're doing. Is basically with the Five of Pentacles in reverse, you've got a link to that spiritual power. And also too, you're seeing an ease off of the difficulty. There's a slow recovery, but more importantly, you're resilient. You've cut your losses. You know what what didn't work. More importantly, you know what will work, what did work, and you're making those improvements to see those successes. And really, what's coming out ahead from that, what I always like to say is rejection is God's protection. However, the other piece of that is, rejection in a lot of ways, or failure, or a fear of failure, can lead to a lot of lack, or living in lack, or the feeling that things have really not worked out. In a lot of ways, things that don't work out, it doesn't make sense at that time, but it will down the road. And really what Spirit is saying here is also too what these cards are saying here with the High Priestess in reverse as well as the Five of Pentacles, is that by remaining connected to Spirit, keeping that faith, you're a fighter. You've got death in reverse. You're refusing to accept an ending. You're not backing down. You're on the right path. And so that's absolutely beautiful. I almost pulled the oracles there. For some reason I was drawn to those. But let's pull a few more tarot before we do. So Spirit, what's your best advice here? It really feels to me that there was some things in the past here that didn't quite work out. More importantly, though, you are, like I say, you're a fighter. You're being guided through them with spirit. You're following your intuition. And more importantly, you've got the moon really and Jupiter working along with you with following those dreams, those aspirations. And more importantly, taking those times where things didn't work out as learning opportunities. The time wasn't right, and divine timing is really what's key. And that doesn't go by our clock, right? I think that's the hardest thing to remember sometimes, or accept. Just speaking personally. But what Spirit is really saying here, so the Sun popped out, and then the Eight of Pentacles did right after. But really, through that faith, through that perseverance, fighting through that, you've got the Sun, you've got Spirit, and Spirit's got your back, and also too with the Two of Cups up here, you've got the support, and you've got success coming in. There's prosperity. You're seeing that maternal wealth start to manifest. More importantly, you've got your health, you've got your confidence, and also too your compassion. And that inner peace, the work that you've done is really, I always like to say, as within, so without, as above, so below. That's what the Sun is really signifying here, is that your hard work is really showing, and it's shining through. And so with the Eight of Pentacles here, I really feel like Spirit is saying that, enjoy the journey, to really develop and grow. Like I always say, the day you stop learning is the day you die. The Eight of Pentacles is really saying that you're honoring that, and so embrace the perfectly imperfect, and definitely stand true to that. Don't be afraid of not having things be perfect. Just go with the flow, learn what works, what doesn't, but either way, enjoy it as you do and as you uncover those experiences. And then at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Four of Pentacles. And so this really speaks to, you may have some fears of, letting go of control. And I think that's what Spirit is really saying, is go with the flow and enjoy it. Have fun. Be you. Don't try and do too much. Don't get overwhelmed. But more importantly, embrace what you've done, because really look how far you've come. Celebrate that success and really honor yourself in that, and really enjoy the support that's there. And so with the Oracle messages here, I'm pulling, a place of reminiscence, which really, is reflective, I think, of the holiday here too. There's a lot of nostalgia and memories, sentimental childhood, but more importantly, reflection. And I think that's the best guidance here this weekend, is taking that reflection, fine-tune, and grow, and enjoy that time. I think what's nice about a walk through the forest with that dense canopy and reconnecting and remaining grounded with nature's sanctuary is that you've got the ability to really see this forest floor, see the life and vitality that's in the forest. And I know a lot of people always say the devil's in the details, but I think in this way, and especially just my motto, is it's always the wisdom in the details that you gain. And by collecting each piece, that's how you can make sound judgment. And so what I'm seeing here is, you're in an arena, there's a bit of a competitive environment. There's also, I don't know if anybody's possibly a performer, or if you're building something where you're a content creator, or an artist, or whatever you're doing, you've got the stage, basically. You've got a presence. And what I'm seeing here with the church is that is actually turning, this journey is not only reflects your inner spiritual sanctuary, but it is truly going to turn into your spiritual sanctuary that you're sharing with the world. And this is absolutely beautiful. And what I see with that connection is basically the sacred geometry of life and of the universe in a lot of ways of what you're building. And remaining in line with that, I think is really it's only going to lead to success, is what I'm really seeing here. This is just gorgeous. So Spirit, give us one more oracle here before we go. What's your best guidance for Virgos here this weekend as we get back into the flow of the normal work week? Well, thank you. Okay, so the train. So fast movement. So this is great. And then at the bottom of the deck, sorry, I can't resist one more. The swimming pool. So get ready for games and fun, kind of taking a lighter side of things. What I'm really seeing here is you're a fighter and you've been fighting, with Virgo, we work so hard and put everything, 150% into what we do. And what I'm seeing here as well is that Spirit is saying, by letting go of control, by going with the flow and really working with Spirit, let your hair down. There is going to be fast movement, and more importantly, you're on the right path. You've got your spiritual sanctuary here, and this is sacred. What you're doing truly is sacred and meant for you. And more importantly, have fun. Have fun while you're doing it. Enjoy it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and I hope, again, you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. If this resonated with you, please like, share, subscribe. If you feel comfortable, share your story in the comments below. That way we can all celebrate our successes and our journey together. But either way, thank you so much for listening and watching. Take care. Love and light.